But how was he supposed to prove it when they wouldn't give him a chance? "Is it a tamed wolf?" someone asked. "Is it a cat?" someone else cried. Brant sat back and looked smug. "Nope," he said. "Keep guessing." Jeremy thought of the fox outside of his home. It was orange and white and kept getting into the trash outside and knocking it all over. "That dang fox," his mom would say. "Jeremy, go clean up that mess." Yes, she noticed him when chores had to be done. "When I'm done cleaning, can I tame the fox?" Jeremy would ask. He always got the same annoying answer. "I'll give you a hint," Brant said. "It's green and gurgles." The kids thought. "A frog?" someone suggested. "A frog doesn't gurgle," another person shot back. Wait a second, Jeremy thought, a chill coming over him suddenly. But that couldn't be right. "Give up?" Brant asked. Then he sat back to enjoy a few more suggestions that were wrong. He was loving this. Something about his smug smile really rubbed Jeremy the wrong way. Brant's smile had a strange upward tuck, making it look almost sinister, like a kid who's getting away with something. That wasn't the look you had when you got a fun new pet. It was the look you got when you knew you had a secret. An awful one. Brant crossed his arms, leaned back, waited a moment to build drama, and then finally announced to the shocked classroom, "I have a pet zombie." Chapter 2. The class burst into cries and squeals. Jeremy sat up straight in his chair. "My parents said there aren't any more zombies," a girl insisted. "Yeah, they're just from the before times," a boy said. The before times were before the city was made, years and years ago, centuries ago. So far back, people couldn't count it anymore. Back then, the people of the Overworld lived like barbarians, as if they'd just been plunked into a newly created world and had to take care of everything themselves. If they needed a home, they couldn't buy one with their emeralds. Instead, they had to punch trees and use that wood to create a home. Without stores and structures all around them, they did their own farming and made their own tools and weapons. In the city, no one had weapons anymore because they weren't needed. And if you needed a tool, there was no point in making one, because redstone factories spat them out. You could just go to the store. But the strangest part of the before times were the hostile mobs. Now they only showed up in books and scary stories, though some people insisted they had once been real. Were they legends or history or some mix of both? The only hostile mob anyone knew of that still existed were slimes, but they weren't a problem because they were kept on slime farms, where Redstone Company manufactured them into sticky pistons. Like a lot of kids, Jeremy sometimes pretended he was in the before times. But that was just for fun and games. He didn't really want to have to punch trees or find his own food. It was so much safer, easier, and better living in the city. "How do you know there aren't zombies?" Brant demanded. "Have you ever been out of the city?" The room suddenly got very quiet. Jeremy didn't think he knew anyone who had been out of the city. There was no need to when everything you could possibly want was already here. The city was surrounded by a huge wall, as tall as the skyscrapers. So the people couldn't even see what it was like outside. The outside was as far away and distant as the Nether or the End. Other places people only talked about. It was true that people could leave the city if they wanted to. All they had to do was ask. But no one did. "Zombies are just in storybooks," a girl spoke up. "They used to be real, but not anymore." "I've been outside the city helping my parents," Brant said. "Do you know what it's like out there?" The kids leaned forward. Jeremy did too, in spite of himself. He'd read plenty of books from the huge city library that talked about the before times, but none of it ever felt quite real. Surely the stuff about zombies, creepers...